I'm gonna be snorting all day. Not cocaine though, so that'll be fine. Don't snort cocaine, kids. We don't condone that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 29 of Buffer Buddies. Tonight, we're going to be watching the second movie of Starship Troopers, Hero of the Federation, and I'm really excited because this bad boy got a 33% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so you know it is right up our Buffer Buddies alley. So with us today is myself, Julia Guria. Unfortunately, Jared and Tiffany are again not here. Oh no! They're at another convention. Another comic convention. Gosh darn it. They're at Palm Springs Comic Con. Say that 5 times fast when you're sick. Yeah. Oh, and then I want to go ahead and thank Monk Turner right now because I forgot to last time. And I'm also going to try to thank Monk Turner again for letting us use his wonderful music at the end of the episode because double thanks to you, Monk Turner. You are awesome. And so is the stuff you put out.
That's just how excellent you are.
Whoa, what? There's someone else in this podcast?
Hello.
Oh, no. Who are you? Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, podcast listeners. My name is Peter, a.k.a. CoderGeek42, friend of UpDownLeftDie. And even though Tiff and Jared, oh, wow, Jared. I'm out of it also.
And you've used up the syllables you're allowed to use in your introduction. So I'm just kidding.
Rip.
What were you going to say? Were you going to say nice things of Tiff and Jared? Because that's not what this podcast is about. This is not.
I figured with them gone, it would be okay for like one nice thing to pop in there somewhere.
I mean, can you think of one nice thing?
It might take me a while. We do have an hour and a half to record, right?
Yeah. So keep thinking about that one nice thing. All right. So I'm going to start the movie and 1, 2, and 3. So I didn't start it. Okay, now I pressed the play button. There we go. It's starting. So how many of you guys have watched this movie? Oh, wait. And we have Dimples, John Schwartzwelder, Seichi, and...
Schwartzwelder? Yes.
in silent chat. So they're going to be...
as well.
Oh, did I not say... Gosh darn it, Seichi.
You might have. I wasn't listening. Sorry, I do that a lot.
You guys, podcast listeners, I apologize. Oh, thank you, Seichi. Seichi did say I said Seichi. So there we go. I wish I could blame my messed upness on like Dayquil or NyQuil or something, but unfortunately you can't get that in Japan, so it's just me. It's just me being me. And I apologize. But yeah, so, how many people have seen this movie?
I would just like to point out that I have no idea what I'm getting myself into with this movie, which is about the norm for a Buffer Buddies episode, so I'm actually quite pleased. And actually, like you mentioned, this got a ridiculously low rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which makes me happy because it just sounds stupid cheesy, which is perfect for us.
It's good. Oh, so Seichi has... Okay, cool. So Seichi has, I have, Coder Geek, you have it, and I'm not too sure about John. Oh yeah, Dimples is getting food, so Dimples will be back in probably like 20 to 30. But like, it was funny because for the Instagram, when I had to find the photo for this week, Buffer Buddies episode 29, I couldn't find one online because it literally is only the poster for like the DVD cover, because like, I guess there just aren't any photos that people liked enough to put up, and I've like never had that issue, so I actually had to go in yesterday and screenshot from the movie. Whoa. And I was like, really like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and screenshot these shirtless guys with toothbrushes. That's fine. That's the movie. And so I did. But yeah, no, I liked it because there actually is a lot more whatchamacallit, like thriller aspect to it, or like horror movie aspect to it than I thought the first one had. So it's kind of cool.
It does feel like it kind of just continues directly from where the previous one left off, which it has that feel of like, oh, we're on the alien bug world fighting them off.
Yeah, and it does do, because you know how we were like commenting on like the propaganda and that bit that it has in the first one, like they do a really good commentary on that too. But oh yeah,
Oh, yes. Thank you, John.
Cool. There we go. Full screen. John said, I read that as Prometheus, so that's how I'm going to say it. I hear Prometheus with codeine and Sprite is great for colds.
Prometheus.
So I'm going to... No, difference. Prometheus. I'm going to go ahead, watch the movie Prometheus with some codeine and Sprite.
One is a legendary Hydra, the other is a chemical that helps, nasal stuff. I don't know exactly what it does. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they both do the same thing when you ingest them, right?
I feel like that combination together is like drug, like jail drugs. Like you make it under your cot. Yeah, there you go. Okay, purple drink. I didn't know for sure because I didn't know if it was purple. I literally used to think purple drink was NyQuil and Sprite. Like just take NyQuil and just like dump it into a liter of Sprite. And that's what I used to think purple drink was. And all like the gangsters in my neighborhood would always have purple drink. Oh yeah, let's do our snack. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, podcast listeners. First, 2 episodes ago, you have to listen to me gag, and then now you have to listen to me cough and just nasally. I apologize.
So, in the interest of snack sharing, Julia, what is yours?
I have a banana and coffee.
That's actually pretty good. A pretty good choice.
Banana is
tasty and helpful things.
Mm-hmm. And banana is one of the things for when you're sick, right? When you have an upset tummy, the brat diet. Bananas, rice.
I've never heard.
Brat. So bananas, rice, applesauce, and then toast.
Oh,
apparently, yeah.
That's a nice little acronym.
Yeah, when I was in Vietnam, I got food.
Happy Veterans Day, podcast listeners. I'm sorry, that was really bad of me.
Oh,
I am
no.
so sorry. I am so sorry. I should not have said that, and I apologize profusely.
You always do that. You know what? I feel like you don't actually apologize. It's the same thing as someone going no homo, let me suck your dick. You're literally trying so it's not really no homo if you say that. It's not really apologetic if you're getting really excited.
I'm not excited. I just realized all of a sudden after the fact when I said it, it's that was a terrible thing to say. Right. My brain processed that after telling my mouth to say the words.
Okay. John said, "Is Coder Geek Canadian?"
No, John, but part of me wishes I were.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
I was gonna say when I was in Vietnam last winter, I was backpacking, and you've done backpacking, right? When you get sick, because you're not in fancy hotels that have all the nice things for you. You try not to drink the water or eat the ice, but you can't help it because you're in hostels all the time. So I got sick, and there was this one girl who was backpacking with us, and she said, she told me about the Bratz diet, and I was like, it was pretty helpful. So actually, it's been really nice. So if anybody gets upset tummy, then be a brat and eat the Brat diet.
Yeah, and it sounds like something that even with an upset tummy, it's easy. It's simple things to digest. Yeah. Your stomach doesn't really working hard as though you were eating something more complex, eggs and bacon and toast, like I am. So. Oh,
that sounds yummy though. But I feel like Tiffany would have said something about brat dolls when I said the Bratz diet. So I hope wherever she is listening to this.
Well, I would have made a similar comment in her stead, but I have no idea what those are. So I will. Let the podcast listener to their imagination and pretend Tiffany said something really funny right here. We'll wait a few seconds for your laughter. And okay, now we can continue.
John asked, why is everybody eating breakfast stuff at 9 p.m.? Well, I am eating a banana and coffee at 2:30 p.m. my time. So I feel like I have a little bit more, of an excuse to eat. It's like a snack. It's not a breakfast. It's a snack. It's like a continental snack,
It's a good snack. And I am eating breakfast stuff at 9 p.m. because breakfast stuff is the heaven of foods. It is the type of food I could literally eat for every meal if it were nutritious enough.
Right. Dimples just typed out what her snack is, and this is the mother load. Are you ready for this, guys?
This is amazing.
This is nice. Ham salad croissant witch. King's Hawaiian sweet rolls, luau barbecue potato chips, wasabi peas, dried kiwi slices, San Pellegrino pamplemousse soda, and cappuccino. It's for later.
That sounds amazing, sans the peas.
Yeah.
But everything else sounds delectable. So good call, Dimples. Very good call.
Yeah, it's really nice, and I'm just sitting here with my sad banana.
I mean, these are just leftovers from when I went to the Cheesecake Factory last night.
I saw that picture on your Insta.
It was a really terrible photo, so I'm...
But it looked really yummy.
It is quite delicious. It's just brioche bread with scrambled egg, bacon, ham, cheddar cheese, and something else I can't remember.
Hash browns or something?
Some sort of sauce. Yeah, breakfast potatoes, little chunks of it. It's quite good. It is quite good. So thank you, Cheesecake Factory chefs. This was an excellent deal.
Oh, wait, yeah, let's talk about... Oh, wait, you guys ever hear of Buckfast?
John,
no,
what is
but I have
Buckfast?
a story about that.
I love
what is
stories.
Buckfast? John is typing. I wonder what he's typing. How? Nom, 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 nom. Banana, banana.
Typing sounds. Oh, there we go.
It's a type of fortified wine with caffeine that's sold in Ireland.
Ooh. Wine and caffeine are both amazing substances. And it's the cause of 3 classes, he says.
I love that.
Yes. That's great. That is great.
That's nice. My story about, well, not Buckfest, but because it's like, you know, playing on breakfast and then Buckfast. But so at my elementary school on Friday, I had to teach the students like sentences for time, like when do you get up, when do you take a shower, when do you eat breakfast. And they know lunch, they know dinner, but I guess breakfast, they just didn't get it when I was pronouncing it. And this is the reason why my job is, you know, specifically, like, you do not have to have an English degree. It's just you need to be a native English speaker, so students start to listen and hear the phonetics of how the English language is supposed to sound versus, you know, a Japanese native who learned English and then is teaching it. So I guess they just didn't know what breakfast was in the way I was pronouncing it. So what they heard me say, and I like, oh god, this was hilarious, but at the same time I was like, please don't go to America and say this, kids. But they said they thought I was saying blackface.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! So
I'm
speaking
like,
of things to apologize for, Jared.
Right, but I was like, when do you eat breakfast? And then they repeat, when do you eat blackface? And I'm like, no, what? No, that's breakfast. And they were like, blackface. And I'm like, god damn it. And I literally, I don't know how long I spent on like breaking down the syllables of break fast. And it like, they were laughing because they didn't realize what they were saying, but like I was trying not to laugh. And at the same time, they knew that they were messing up because I kept having to have them repeat, right, how to say it. So they were just like, oh, they thought it was funny to keep saying it. And I'm like, no, like, you guys, please stop. Like, just stop. But, yeah, that was my adventure on Friday. Yeah.
Bureco fasto? Like, does it need that last T really hard?
Right. I don't know. I don't think it also helped that since I was sick, I had to wear a mask.
Oh.
Because I was at the elementary school, you know, and I was coughing up the wazoo. So I'm like trying.
Health conscious.
Yeah, and I was trying to like pull the mask slightly away, and then finally I just like took the mask off. I'm like, look at my mouth. Breakfast. And they're just like, face. And I'm like, no,
Oh, no.
You little punks. Stop it.
At least they're trying.
Yeah. But, hey, a while ago, didn't we give like Seichi a job to, like make sure that we would always start talking about the movie if we were on tangents? Because I realized we haven't mentioned the movie
in the background. I'm just like, what's going on? I have no idea. There's a guy with a gun pointed at another guy.
What do I pay you for? Oh, you know what? I realized. Wait, I thought I put the subtitles on. Are they not on?
I see no subtitles.
Well, I am offended.
I thought this was just supposed to be a friendly conversation between us. Like, I didn't think there was a movie going on, but whatever.
True.
I mean, apparently we are watching Starship Troopers 2, something of the Federation? The hero?
Of the Federation.
The hero, okay.
Oh no, look, there's this spider leg, bug leg that's in the things.
I get it. There's literally a bug in the computer system.
Yeah, there you go.
Great.
I set that up for you. You're welcome.
That was great.
So, podcast listeners, yeah, there was a one of the bug legs was like jabbing into like the computers and everything like that. So there was a bug in the computers.
That's like a Tiffany grade pun.
It is, right?
Well, that's actually where the term computer bug came from, though.
Tiffany?
Like,
it came from
actual bugs. Back when computers used to be large, room-sized things made of vacuum tubes, there was one where a butterfly got caught in it.
Oh no, the butterfly effect.
Circuited part of the system.
Oh no!
And that's sort of like from that point on, we just like it's sort of like a not really like an in joke, but like that just became the jargon of when something goes problematic.
What? When was that? Like when was that during? I was gonna say, was that a commie butterfly? Was it sabotage?
Probably not. No, this was the very beginning of
time,
computers, like starting to modernize. So I would guess 1960-ish. Yeah, like I'd have to look it up to know specifically when the date, like what the date was about that. But if I remember correctly, that was about the time Ada Lovelace was doing her stuff with computers. So that was in like the late 50s, early 60s. But again, I'd have to look that up. Podcast listeners, I might actually just be speaking out of my butt. So that's probably something you don't want to see.
It's funny that you say speaking out of your butt because just a couple minutes ago, John put the picture of Ace Ventura, and like he speaks with his butt. So I just thought that was nice, speaking with his butt.
Hey, did we do Julia's junk?
Oh hey,
it's
Lucy.
John. Lucy.
Yeah, I fell asleep. I forgot. Yeah, totally.
Welcome to episode 29, where we are Starship Troopers 2.
We are?
Starship?
First movie.
No, this is like adapted bugs come into play. It's very interesting.
They've got to debug the planet.
Yeah.
Programmer joke.
Haha.
That didn't work. Thank you for your laughter.
Jared's not here to laugh with you.
I appreciate it, even if it was completely undeserved and completely uncalled for.
Right. And sorry, Lucy, to answer your question, we have not done Julia's junk yet. That's at the end of the episode, so you'll get your reveal at the end, and it's a good one, man. It's a gosh darn diggity good reveal, and I am excited to share with y'all.
If it's dice, Julia, I am going to like, throw my mic across the room.
Please don't throw your mic across the room. Jared will be very upset with that microabuse. Which is like very small. Yeah, it's very small abuse.
So
something creepy. Something
like
creepy
giant,
happening in the movie.
Giant robot something of like stone? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so I'll tell you what's going on. They, they were fighting the bugs, and so they find this outpost, but it's like this abandoned outpost, and that's why there's like no one there except for one guy who was in like solitary, and they can't find like anyone else, and they find that, bug foot arm like in the comps. So they're just like, all right, and there's more bugs surrounding them, so they're just going to like barricade in this place. But obviously it's like set up to be like, why is it abandoned? Why is like this should have like a whole bunch of people and there's no sign of anybody? So dun dun dun.
Was it just that one dude you said in solitary? Like, was he exiled as like a punishment?
He's in solitary because of I think he tried to go against the orders of someone. I think they go into it later, but I don't remember if they've already explained that. Oh, does everyone more volume?
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Julia.
Blew out their speakers.
Sorry.
Covering their ears.
I blew out the speakers. There's been an earthquake, you guys, in the movie.
Well, a bug planet quake, at least.
Oh my goodness, stop it.
I'm just trying to be pedantic. Jared would approve of it, and then get angry. Right.
Wait, Lulu, what'd you say?
Sorry, Lucio.
I said I'll be in the film, but I gotta lead the voice.
Oh, okay.
Peace out. I'll be back later.
No.
Right.
Shots fired by Dimples and then laughed by John. So Dimples said, what doesn't make Jared angry? And then John, did you just really go, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's funny because it's true.
Oh no, what's the subtitle for this episode? Game Dork? Or Game Dork? Coder Geek? Is it going to be...
make Jared mad or angry?
I mean, because I have no idea. So far, the only thing that has come to mind is, quote, shirtless guys with toothbrushes, so... Which was a nice, funny remark you had mentioned earlier. But,
yeah, because that's the picture.
They are wearing shirts and body armor, and I don't see toothbrushes, so that feels like you're completely doing the opposite of what the movie's supposed to be.
You know what? Sex sells. So I was trying to get people to come watch the movie because they would have thought that, you know, these two guys, it was like something fun happening, but you'll see later.
Because lots of people fighting for their lives in an alien environment is fun. I'm not entirely certain I understand this concept.
So that's right. Dimples wasn't here when I had said the first thing about the shirtless guys. So right now in chat, Dimples was like, I thought you meant shirtless guys with toothbrushes are the only things that Jared doesn't get mad at. And I mean, it could be. I don't know. I don't want to assume, you know, that he'll get mad at toothbrushes. But is the question that he doesn't get mad at shirtless guys and toothbrushes, or specifically shirtless guys with toothbrushes?
I mean, shirtless guys in general, I think, would be like not emasculating, but too many alphas within a certain confined space. But so then if one of them has a toothbrush, that's like all of a sudden
it's a beta.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to clean your stuff for you. I may be strong and manly and all of these things, but I am going to clean your stuff and you are going to like it.
They have good hygiene.
Right? Okay. So wait, does that automatically mean that if a guy takes off his shirt, he therefore is an alpha?
Unless he has a toothbrush. That's the rule.
What if it's like a skinny guy, like all sickly and stuff?
Does, like when he takes off his shirt, all of a sudden does he become like, everyone's like, oh, all hail the... Is that what happens?
You just broke up, Julia. I only heard half of what you said. Can you repeat that, please?
No, I'm not going to repeat it.
Okay.
I'm going to leave everybody in mystery. No, I said, so... it doesn't matter. Like, as soon as he takes off his shirt, he just can become an alpha. Like, he transitioned.
Like any and all body types?
Yeah, any and all body types.
I mean, it's all about body positivity, but like...
Okay, yeah, there you go. So now next time I see someone with a shirt not on, I'll be like, alpha! I'm just gonna point at him. But does that only apply to men? Is this something where we have to worry about if a woman does it, that she's not an alpha, she's just weird?
Well, I mean, my knowledge of protocols of interacting with women is limited at best, so I am not the one to give you advice in that regard.
My soup on the stove! Alright, ready? Peter, it's your time to pretend to be me.
Oh god, it's my time to shine. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna pretend to be Julia for a little while. Hello, podcast listeners. Here's what's going on in the movie. I don't know. Oh, look, someone's hacking the system. Someone's pressing a button, and the system is showing a ramp being let... Wait, the system has a ramp of the door. But if that's the case, why didn't they use that earlier? Because now they have no way of escaping. Instead, they could have left through that ramp way earlier in the movie, and the movie would have been like 5 minutes long. Which I guess is a good thing for this podcast, because now we actually have like time to have a conversation and time for us to like do our thing and have fun with friends and all these things. But Elias said that camera angle of him running, lol. Yes, that was very, very cheesy and crappy cinematography. I will grant you that completely. And why the heck that guy is pointing the gun at the other guy when the bugs are surrounding them? Oh, he's probably the dude that got exiled, isn't he? That's my guess. I don't know. I'm trying to insert plot into the movie when I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should look at the Wikipedia article or something. Nah, that's less fun. Also, I'm going to pretend to be Julia once more. Hey guys, there's a lot of bugs here. Okay, that was a terrible impression. Thank you, Dimples, in chat saying, I'm sure your plot is better than the real plot. Well, that presupposes the existence of a real plot, which I'm still not sure this movie has. But I will trust Julia's judgment because I'm pretty sure she's the one that recommended this to Buffer Buddies. Also, shameless plugging, If you haven't checked out the Buffer Buddies Instagram at instagram.com/p/bufferbuddies, I think, you should do so because we post all our movie reviews post-episode and whatnot, and also notices of new episodes and fun things that happen. So go check that out. We are on social media basically everywhere. On Facebook, I believe we're also Buffer Buddies, and on Reddit, we're part of UpDownLeftDie. So go to their subreddit /r/UpDownLeftDie, and you can submit movies that you want recommended for future episodes. It is quite fun. Also, you may want to double check what movies are there so that you don't post a duplicate, because we have a gigantic list going so far. Okay, now the movie has happened something and all the bugs are gone because they're all dead. I think, unless that's just what they want us to believe. Dun dun dun. Okay.
Who the hell do you think you are, mister?
And now it's my turn to monologue or something. So,
Sergeant, we're not back inside of 5 minutes.
I don't know what else to say here. Julia, please come back. Stacey says, so much fun. You may be lucky enough to give a 10-minute monologue. And Dimples asks, why doesn't he have a helmet? That is a very good question, Dimples. We learned in the first Starship Troopers movie, when they were training with live ammunition, the guy that did not have a helmet was the one guy that got shot and died. So, yeah, that is a very good question. I would have thought we learned that lesson by now.
Was that pretending to be me? Or you?
Hello, welcome back, Julia. Thank you for saving me from myself.
How did you do?
Probably not well.
Were there any awkward silent moments?
Thankfully, no,
Aww.
because I spent those moments just plugging our social media instead.
Good.
I couldn't think of anything else to say.
Dimple said he was good, and then Seichi said it was more of a ramble.
I ramble a lot. That tends to happen when you just leave me to my own whims.
Alright, very cool. I'll probably have to go back out in like 10 minutes because I added le onions and spinach to my soup.
Spinach and soup.
Yeah, because I'm just making like a little soupy stew of things with a light broth, and I put Japanese radish in it, so it's like the long white radish called daikon, and carrots, onions, and then I just added the spinach because that's light, so this is like the last boil, and then I turn it off, and then I have 3 eggs that I've beat, and so then I'm just gonna slowly drizzle that in like after the heat is off, so then it just kind of makes like a little egg drop in the soup.
That sounds quite yummy. I hope that soothes your throat.
Same, as do I. Oh no, wait, where am I? What's happening? Okay, sorry. I have too many like browsers open. One for my Julia's rabbit and then one for UpDownLeftDie's rabbit, so I just got confused, sorry.
My question to Julia is, what is going on in this movie? Because I attempted to make a plot guess during my ramble, and I think I was like basically on the other side of the planet from what the plot actually is.
Okay, so this guy that has the gun now, I guess that the one lady read his file, and this guy was telling him how, you know, the people who were here last, like something bad happened, they didn't listen. So she let him out because I think he has seniority, even though he holds rank, because these other guys are like losing it. And so he helped them right now do that, which podcast listeners was like set up these lights. I guess they're supposed to be lights that like hold the perimeter, and they're kind of like giant bug zappers. And I like what they did there, because like, you know, you always have like the bug zappers, or like you see that like the little moths and the flies are all drawn to the lights at night, and so they just took that but made giant ones for these bugs. And so that was, I think, one of the things that was like sabotaged and like broken and couldn't be used, so the guy just wired that to work.
Reminds me of the funny scene, was it Ants or A Bug's Life or something, where it's like, don't go into the light. Yeah. I can't help it, it's too pretty.
Right. Oh, I think
Great.
I need to rewatch A Bug's Life because there are definitely things that I didn't pick up like the last time I watched it when I was a kid.
Oh, it is such a good film.
Like, I think I remember, but I don't think I remember understanding it when I watched it. But when I think about it, I now understand it. But it's when the mosquito orders a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, blood, because he's a mosquito. But then you're like, wait, but a Bloody Mary, that's probably blood from a person named Mary. Like, let's be real, that's probably what it was.
Poo-poo platter.
Poo-poo platter, right? And then when the snail's like, I said no salt! Like,
Technically, he'd be dying.
Right? He's like
Exactly.
foaming at the mouth. Oh, it was fun.
What was the giant caterpillar's name? Like, he had a German accent, I
Yeah,
think?
he's like, then there would be a beautiful butterfly. But that's why I'm thinking, you know, what if he was the one that sabotaged that computer room when you were talking about the butterfly that was found in the computer system? What if that was him? But what if he was this German spy working for the Russians?
Ooh, what a crazy real life plot twist that would have been.
Right? I think that's what happened. You know, when everybody tries to connect all the Pixar movies, it's another clue.
Indeed it is. Although, now that I'm rethinking about that movie, like, what I know about etymology makes it even weirder, because what happens when a caterpillar goes into, like, the not a cocoon, it's a C word, chrysalis, there we go. A chrysalis to turn into a butterfly, they actually release an enzyme that basically dissolves their entire body, and then it just, like, reforms into the butterfly body. It's really weird. Like, they've actually had scientists like cut open and watch the process. It's just like the thing basically dissolves itself into like a living goop and then reassembles, resolidifies into a butterfly. So I'm thinking of that character doing something similar, and it's like, I wouldn't want that to happen.
I sometimes feel like a goop. Just a rest sometimes after the gym. I just feel like one of those enzyme goops. Do you guys ever feel like that? Where you're like, oh, what am I? I'm just an enzymatic goop. That's what I am. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really do wish I had Dayquil or NyQuil.
Oh, they don't sell it over there?
No, because a lot of like cold medicines that you get in the States you can't get here because of the literally the drugs is illegal here. Like, you can't because what, like you know, what is it? I wish Dimples help. It's
Please,
like,
knowledge base.
I have a whole list of things that you in the States are like super just over the counter. You can get all this stuff, but like it's if you bring that over to Japan, and like they find out or something, like you can get in trouble for it. So like none of those liquid Dayquil or NyQuil capsules. It's like the reason why, like, you know how they're like you can't have NyQuil and like operate heavy machinery. Anything that's like don't operate heavy machinery, it's because there's certain drugs in there that affect obviously like your response to things, and so like that's like not allowed in Japan. I think the biggest cold medicine they have here is Contact, and I want to say that was like basically like obsolete in the States. Like they're like, this doesn't help with colds anymore. We got stronger stuff like in the 80s or 70s or something.
So if you want NyQuil, you need a prescription?
They don't have it here. They don't make it.
So
like,
what do you
even
do if you're sick then?
Well, because that's the thing. We overuse drugs so much in the States, and it's such massively like produced and massively like bought that your body begins to create a tolerance on it. And that's why you have to keep getting like, you know, all these things. And we self-medicate a lot. Instead of like when we're sick, we don't go to the doctor right away. We're like, no, I'll just take a whole bunch of NyQuil, or I'll take a whole bunch of like Claritin D. But then the more you take and the more you rely on it, like your body builds a tolerance, right? That's like the opposite of how it is in Japan. Like when you're sick, one, healthcare is inexpensive, and two, it's like not required, but it's just like the golden rule, like how your, you know, health affects others is taken into consideration. So it's not, I'm sick and I don't give a shit if other people get sick. It's, I'm sick, I don't want to spread this. I want to contain it. And so you go to the doctor if you're sick, and then you get, whether it's antibiotics or you get like your doctor's note to stay home until you're fine.
That's also why you wear like the breath masks and things.
That's why you wear masks, yeah. And you don't wear the masks only if you're sick. You wear the masks. Like, some people wear the masks when they have allergies because, like, you know, you don't want to offend people if you have, like, a runny nose and it's constantly just, like, dripping and you're like, oh, hey. And you wear a mask to prevent yourself from getting sick as well. So there's a lot more consideration for how, you know, airborne or just like sickness in general like affects other people.
That'd be great for like if you get a cold sore.
Oh yeah. And I know people who just wear masks, like, again, just because they have like a runny nose.
Wouldn't it run through the mask?
No, it doesn't actually, because the way the mask is, it's weird. It's not like absorbent. So like if you sneeze and you like don't close your mouth to sneeze, like if you sneeze and you get like liquid on it, like you have to wipe it off with like a tissue.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's just like it catches that stuff on the inside.
It's like it's not nylon, but it's like it's not like this absorbent cotton necessarily. It's like there's like something, I don't know if it's the material or if there's like a film of something over it, because that happened the other day where I like sneezed and then all this water from my nose just like leaked, and I was like, oh, but then I was like, oh wait, I have a mask, and I like went to like pinch my nose, but I realized like it wasn't absorbing into the mask, which is cool because if you think about it, if it did absorb, then your mask would start turning a nasty ass color, you know?
Oh yeah, and that would ruin the like protectiveness of it, because if you have a liquid on it.
Also,
and it
when
just
you breathe
absorbs.
out, all the moisture from your breath would collect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's why actually I realized like when I wear the mask, it's easier for me to breathe because like it's not drying out my throat, because, you know, like when you're breathing and it's just the harsh air, and if the air is if it's dry and that's what's causing you to have like really dry sinuses or like your throat is sore.
Yeah, because you lose a lot of moisture just in your own breath.
The mask like really helps with that. So it helps to prevent me from even like having one of those coughing fits.
Same thing for like when if you go into like a really big snowy environment or something, you have a face mask that's not just to protect your face from the cold, but it's so like you basically are rebreathing a lot of your own air. Yeah. So like it stays warm and stays moist, so your lungs and throat aren't being, you know, harassed by just the extreme environment you're in. Yeah, so it's really actually it's really nice. Yeah, it sucks during the summer. So luckily, I don't usually get sick during the summer, because then you'll just be sweating and you're just like this whole area on your face, on your lower half of your face would just be like sweaty. But it's usually in the spring, and then fall is when I get my like sinusitis and bronchitis type ish. But oh well. So I'm eating my bananas. Sugar cubes and cigars, segueing to the movie. Speaking of drugs.
Yeah, right?
Wait, why is she licking it?
That's what you do with cigars. Or joints.
I don't know. That's weird.
I actually don't know, so I might be talking out of my butt again, and if I am, podcast listeners, I apologize. But I'm going to take a guess that when you lick the end of the joint or the cigarette thing, it basically makes that entire part of it like moist, so that the stuff inside permeates more, so that when you actually smoke it, the smoke goes through the paper because it's wet. Like so you inhale it as you light it up.
I want to say that the subtitle for this episode should be Drinking Game, How Many Times Does Peter Say the Word Moist? And because in the last few minutes, you've said that word quite a few times.
Well, I mean...
Like, all these men right here now are moist because they've just, like, looked at this beautiful lady who's risen out of bed. Like, why are all these guys here? It's unnecessary.
It is a military sci-fi sort of archetype.
Oh wait, I guess one of them's not a guy. She's just the Amazonian.
John. John sent a terrible meme in the chat that says, an ugly lady saying, quote, "That makes me moist," and I am sorry, whoever that picture is actually of, if you're listening to this podcast. I don't mean to offend you, but that very particular image of you is very unflattering.
Wait. Can we also say, not only when Peter says moist, but when he says sorry, and I don't want to offend, because I think those are the three main things right now.
But,
or every time you say one of those words, you have to donate to like UpDownLeftDie or something.
I could do that.
Like 5 cents, and like by the end of the episode, they'll have like $50.
Have I told you that to a charity? A charity.
Yeah.
Have I told you guys the story of I don't know if I have on this one, but when I was in second grade, my teacher basically fined us 5 cents every time we said yeah instead of yes.
Oh, I feel like I've heard that one, but...
And so by the end of the year, I effectively owed her something like $15, and I never have paid that up.
Nice little late fees on that.
I know, right? It's even worse than a library, I imagine.
Shame, man, shame.
So if you are listening, Miss Kawase, I am sorry. I am sorry about that.
I hope she is listening. I hope she's like, I knew it! And she's like trying to find you.
Well, I mean, she could find me pretty easily considering how widespread my contact information is on Google. At least, like, email, website, all that sort of stuff.
That's scary.
Right?
Yeah, I shouldn't do that, but whatever, it's already there.
Oh no.
What are you waiting for? What's wrong?
There's something coming, you guys, in the movie. Oh no, the bugs are everywhere.
I like how the radar has the bugs moving, but it only sweeps every once in a while. That's not how radar works. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Great minds think alike. Also, that is quite possibly the most epic bug zapper I think I've ever seen.
Right.
But why are they clapping because that one thing is going to keep them alive? Like, I don't...
Yeah, I guess because, like, the first time they used it, like, short-circuited, like, after it, so they're like, okay, we got to figure out how to keep it going, so I think that's what that was. They were able to, like, set up that perimeter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think... It's weird because when I tested this out yesterday... Oh, sorry, I paused it. Like, the English subtitles worked, and that's why I'm irked. Because I was like, that's why I specifically, like, used this site. Because I was like, oh, the subtitles work, but guess I was wrong.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of having more fun trying to guess at the plot than actually know what's going on.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Although part of me will want to go back and actually read, like, an IMDb or Wikipedia page and
quick! It's time for you to pretend you're me. Go!
I'm pretending I'm Julia. Hello, podcast listeners. I have a high-pitched voice. No, I don't. Well, my soup is going to be almost done soon. I put spinach in it because spinach is delicious. I also put other things in it, and I can't quite remember what I told Peter earlier because I'm actually not Julia. I'm pretending to be Julia. I had mentioned something of, oh yes, daikon and something else that I should have been paying attention to. Well, anyway... Onion, yes, thank you, Dimples, onion. There was onion, daikon, spinach, and, yes, she had mentioned she was going to put some eggs in it at the very end, which actually kind of sounds quite delicious. Well, yes, John, it does. I imagine soup has water. Like, I don't mean to be sarcastically offensive, but water seems to be a core ingredient of what soup is. I feel like that's a necessity, so... Wait, how does this guy have access to, like, a shaver when he's in exile like that? Like, shaving cream, that's a luxury? Dimples asked, what if it's a cream-based soup? Oh, right. That wouldn't require water as much or at all? So, yes, I do apologize, John. Thank you for correcting me, Dimples. I appreciate it. I still don't understand.
No, sir. I don't flirt.
Dimples asks in chat, is that Kimber from Nip Tuck?
Sir.
Podcast listener? I believe so. I don't know. I have never seen Nip Tuck. I hear it's a very good series. It's something about plastic surgery. I know, thank God Julia's back. Welcome back.
Wait, why did Dimple say, what if it's a cream-based soup?
Because I had mentioned that I was listing out the ingredients that you had mentioned about what you were putting in the soup. And then John had suggested daikon and water because I forgot the other couple of them. And I had made some snide, sarcastic retort of like, well, it's a soup. It's going to have water. That's the core ingredient, blah, blah, blah. And it's probably actually not.
There you go.
That looks quite delectable.
Yay. Well, cream does have water in it. Yeah, it's a watery base. But it's really hot, so I'm going to put it down. Ow. Hot.
That's good right there.
What I miss in the movie? Oh, here's a shirtless guy. Hey.
Except he was
So
with a
alpha.
shaver, not a toothbrush. So I'm not sure if that technically qualifies as beta or if that's like Alpha Prime.
Look at him. Oh, Alpha Prime for sure. Look at him. She's trying to make sexual advancements, but he's like, no, drop and give me 100. That's my kind of guy.
Dimple says she's out alphaing him. I like that.
I like that. Out alphaing. Say that 5 times fast, you guys. Out alphaing, out alphaing, out alphaing, out alphaing.
Alfalfa?
Alfalfa! That's what it turned into. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, you guys, I forgot. There's some naked ladies in this show, so, I'll go ahead and fast forward all these parts, okay? I'm gonna get rid of the titties.
She reminds me of
that what you heard
the
do?
first girl from Starship Troopers 1. Like the
Yeah.
Rick's... No, not... like the first
Denise
girlfriend
Ricker?
lady. Yeah.
I got Miss Duty. Thanks for the
So, the blonde chick is, like, obviously trying really hard to seduce someone. Why do you think that is,
Notice me.
guys? Right? Like, why do you think she's trying so hard? What's her game?
Come on, Billy.
Is she, like, secretly being controlled by the bugs or something? I don't
know.
Dimple suggests maybe she thinks this is a movie Species.
I like that.
That's clever, Dimples. Very nice.
Uh-oh.
And there's a copious...
copious what?
I'll leave it at that.
I would really like us to, like, watch, like, a porn and then have Peter, like, narrate it.
Oh, that
and
one.
be like, and here is the copious, right? Copious garbage.
There's a site where it's for deaf or blind people where it's like narrated porn,
Oh,
basically.
man.
I mean, props to, like, going for accessibility, but it's
Right.
that just seems odd.
How do you land that job, though? Like, and how do you explain that? How you're like, oh yeah, so
Very descriptive.
yeah, like you have to be extremely I can't speak. You can God diggity darn, extremely descriptive.
I don't know. I feel like if you're being that descriptive, you're going to be extremely something.
God damn it.
Extremely.
God damn
Sorry.
it. God damn it.
That's another time I must say
I was
sorry.
trying
like
really hard
very
not to like.
extremely?
Yeah. Extremely because it's a porn. Okay, we got it. Jared's gonna hate this. Jared's gonna hate this so much.
I'll fix it in post.
It'll be like we'll be talking about like a donut or something. He'll like all of a sudden he'll be like,
Ooh, a solidified Taurus.
right? Oh. Hot soup is hot. Just in case you guys weren't aware of that.
I feel like that's part of the. There was a meme of like good things are good, way back when.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Back in the Dizzays.
Oh, excuse me.
This is yum.
What does her helmet say? Sex D. Is that
Sex?
supposed to mean something?
Wow, you need to
I think
stop
it
it.
said Sandy.
Sandy.
Why did you think it said sex D? Like literally sex and then the letter D?
Well, no, I thought it said SAXD.
Okay. I was like,
Like our
get,
ears.
Like saxophone.
get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm sorry.
Right now. You saw titties once today and you are just full blown in the gutter. Get
Yeah,
out.
use that Q-tip to clean your mind.
You know, as a matter of fact,
Oh.
use 10 of them.
10 Q-tips. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
think that many fit in my... What is the orifice that connects the outside of your skull to the inside of your mind? I don't know.
Ear?
Ear, that's the one. Thank you. Dimple
Too
says
many
there's so many
toiletries.
toiletries. Very much so.
Uh-oh.
Is he trying for more...
Look at his fingers.
So
Oh, please do
dirty.
the face waterfall thing. Ah, you're not doing the
No.
face waterfall thing.
Face waterfall.
From, Face Off.
Oh.
Throwback.
Episode something or other.
You know, if you're going to throw back, know our episodes.
I
Know
really
them.
should.
Jared's going to be mad that you don't know the episodes.
Just a bad nosebleed, sir.
Uh-oh, what's wrong with that girl? Uh-oh, what's happening?
What gives? Looks like we got a couple new couples.
A couple new couples.
A couple of something. A couple of what's going on? Why does she have like a pirate heart tattoo on her arm? That's just weird.
Because she loves her mom.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, classic. Dimple said all the actors in the movie look like a famous actor. So, like, all the actors combined make one famous actor. Is it, Zach Not Cody?
Wait, Zach like Galifianakis Zach, or like Zach and Cody Zach? Because if it's Zach Not Cody Zach, then it can't be Zach from Zach and Cody, right? Because it's not Cody.
Not a morning person, huh?
It's codeine. It's codeine and Sprite.
Zach and Codeine.
I think they all look like knockoff famous people. Like
So they're all B actors,
quite,
yeah.
Yeah.
Real-time follow-up. The episode that I threw back to was episode 17. Titled
Whoa.
Red Eyes Fidget Spinner.
Oh, God.
Jared.
Guys, next week is going to be episode 30.
I know, isn't
Can
it
you believe
great?
that? That's like, if it was years, that would be 3 decades in episodes. But not really, because that's not how it works. But anyway, you know.
What is there like a counter word for like 10 episodes, like decasodes, like deca episodes, like decisodes? I'm sure there's a term for it that my brain isn't putting together.
I guess not like
I have no idea.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's 3 of those. Dimple says this guy looks like Dr. Cox from Scrubs, and she looks like Hilary Swank.
Okay,
Like the
I can see like
versions.
the low budget versions. Yeah, I feel bad. Whoever, if any of you guys are listening, if any of the actors are listening to those podcasts, we really don't mean you're a low budget face. We're sorry.
We don't mean to offend, but
yeah, we don't mean to offend, but the moistity of like this movie is just causing us to. No, I'm sorry. There is that. Did I say all of the catchphrases?
oh my goodness.
Did I make up a new word?
I think you made up an amazing word, although it's kind of sounds like 2 words put together in a very way.
It sounds like moist and titty. That is not what I meant.
But it was hilarious. So thank you, Julia. Speaking of minds in a gutter, welcome to the party.
Imagine if I was on NyQuil right now, though. What would I be like? Oh Lord.
I don't know.
Bugs.
Is it something where like being on NyQuil is almost like being drunk, or like does it have that? Because it doesn't really have that effect on me.
Makes you drowsy.
Yeah, it makes you drowsy.
I like how there's this crazy guy inside just enjoying all the bugs getting fried.
But that's my point from like the last episode or the last movie. You know, like they were all like, "Yeah, we killed the bugs. Yeah, squish these cockroaches." It's like so aggressive. That propaganda, yo. Yeah, now we have not Bradley Cooper. Exactly. That's this other what's his name? Oh shoot.
He almost looks like an older, raggedy version of like Fabio or something.
Fabio?
Not quite. But like,
remember that one episode where Tiffany talked to us about Fabio's getting a bird smashed in his face? Or something?
That was one of the early episodes, if I recall.
Yeah, that was
pretty fun.
We were like all trying to like figure out. We're like, wait, what happened?
Well, podcast listeners, welcome to episode, 29, where we basically throw back to every previous episode.
Oh,
if they,
This guy looks like the one on Criminal Intent, Law and Order Criminal Intent, the guy.
That guy I've seen before somewhere.
Real. The police are real.
Yeah.
Everything is real, except imaginary numbers.
Oh, God. Yeah, Oh, okay, no, this guy is in Gotham. Okay.
Gotham? Oh, okay, that's a series I still need to watch.
Fishes. Oh, no, look how nasty. Oh, my God, what's this guy? What's wrong with him?
So that guy looks like a bug is sort of like evolving from him.
Oh, his fingers fell off. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, his arm fell off.
It's only a flesh wound.
Oh my God, they're all in.
This What, Julia? Why? Why are you making us watch this?
How come we never watch good movies?
Because we're not allowed to. Not how this works. If we watch good movies, no one talks. And we literally watch the movie.
Remember when we watched The Arrival?
We watched that and
like early. Like
before the podcast?
Like second episode.
Dimple says, quote, we watched Face Off, exclamation point, and I am going to quote Julia saying, we don't watch good movies.
Shade.
So, yeah, just gonna throw a little bit of shade toward you, Dimples. Sorry, but Face Off, it's not one of those.
I mean, we watched...
It is a funny movie, I will grant you that, but it is not a good movie. Elias says that one bald dude is the principal from Phil from the future.
Oh.
Question mark is my own, not his, because I have no idea who Phil is from the future.
Phil of the Future is a TV show.
Oh, okay. I will look into that.
Wasn't the greatest, but, you know.
Yeah. My favorite was Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
Classified School Survival Guide. I feel like
Declassified School Survival Guide.
There's always a classic Even Stevens.
Oh yeah, throwback. Yeah.
First Mobile Infantry Bravo Company requesting immediate pickup.
Look how evil they all look.
Are they evil?
No.
Oh, look, it's low budget Patrick Stewart.
Oh, it's so true. Except Stewart is way more handsome.
And the accent.
And way more, I don't know, what's the word, proper? Like way more like fancy and just generally awesome as a person.
Yeah.
Dimple says, next to better-nosed Chad Michael Murray, who I wish I knew who that was.
That's true, that's true. Dude, why are you part of this podcast if you don't know who, like, all these actors are and all the shows and whatnot? Get out. You're almost as bad as Jared, who doesn't watch 80s movies.
Almost as bad, but not quite. Not quite.
And then that's Billy Brown, and he's in How to Get Away with Murder now.
I feel like his name is not intending to be racist, but it sort of is.
Like Bobby Brown?
Well, no, like he's the dark-skinned one, right?
No, I mean his real name in real life.
Never mind. I apologize. I am stupid.
So now are you gonna like be like, hey, Mr. and Papa and Mama Billy Brown, like, what's your deal? Were you being racist towards your son?
I mean, if their last name is already Brown, there's not much they can really do. That part looked like Doctor Who. I'm just throwing that out there. That looked like the Time Vortex from Doctor Who, because it was cool. And now there's sonograms? What?
Because the one lady, she is psychic, but not psychic enough to be considered a psychic, if that makes sense. Because you know how there are psychics in this universe?
Yeah, they like evolved, or they trained them after the first one.
So, the guy with the mustache, the fidgety guy with the mustache, is like the quote-unquote psychic for this, like, battalion, this group. But she is psychic, but not enough, apparently. Ugh.
So, like, not enough to be trained as, like, the dedicated psychic person, but still enough to feel when things happen.
Yeah, she didn't, like, pass tests or something like that.
Okay. Oh, look, she has a shirt on this time.
She wasn't the one that was naked.
No?
No, it was the blonde.
Oh, okay, never mind. Shows you how much I pay attention. Oh.
Not you.
Although she does kind of remind me of like a low-budget Angelina Jolie. Sort of? Maybe, not quite. Not quite. And then there's Creepy Face.
Oh, his finger. Ew.
Oh, she touched his finger and then got the impression. She's like, what's his face from Unbreakable?
Kimmy Schmidt?
No, the M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Where it's like the Bruce Willis's character and Samuel L. Jackson are basic opposites. So like Jackson's character is incredibly fragile and like his immune system doesn't work and all of this, but like Bruce Willis is basically invincible and has like has basically been like the sole survivor of a whole bunch of different accidents.
Hence unbreakable.
Mm-hmm. And basically what happens is like he learns to have like a touch psychic sense, so like he can walk around.
Don't tell him the plot twist though, because he has to watch it to find out.
Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that then.
Yeah.
Okay, I will leave you to watch it and enjoy it because the plot twist in it is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good one.
One of the very few Shyamalan plot twists that I actually thoroughly enjoy. I will say that.
See, I don't think they're that bad. I just think because everyone has these huge high-ass expectations, they're so critical about, like, all these plot twists. But, like, if you just, like, some of them are like, oh, that's dumb. But, like, I don't think they're as bad as, like, everyone starts to, like, hate on them for. Like, everyone hates The Village. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah,
when you think about, like, what they stand for.
But it doesn't help that, like, The Sixth Sense was so great and then everything else has been kind of subpar.
Exactly what I was going to say,
like,
yeah.
That's like, how is that his fault? Like, you know, I mean, like, it'd be great if he was able to dish out, like, better and better and better, but, like, realistically, who can do that? And then, like, he can dish out, like, a decent movie that could have been the same as stuff, like, I don't know. Well, like, I didn't think Signs was bad, but, like, if everyone's like, oh, it has to be the plot twist, and they're only worried about the plot twist, and they don't actually care about, like, what else is, like, in the movie, then they're not watching the movie, you know, for what the movie, like, can stand for, other than, like, hey, there's a really cool twist at the end.
That's kind of what he's known for, though.
See, that's my gripe with it, is, like, his shtick is doing plot twists. And it's like,
So
I've
know
kind
it's
of
gonna
grown to
happen.
expect that in a movie. Whereas when I, like, first watched Sixth Sense, when I first saw Unbreakable, I didn't really know much about him as a director, so it just felt like, oh, this is a cool thing that happens in the movie. That was really well done. And then now that I see other Shyamalan movies, it's just like, I expect it. Where's the plot twist? When's the thing going to happen? It's just, it ruins it for me almost before I even start it.
But if you just go, like, whatever, there's going to be a plot twist, and you're just like, I'm aware that it's going to happen, like, it shouldn't, you know, just watch the movie without, like, yeah, here you go. This is where toothbrushes and shirtlessness. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. Let's watch this. Look at
How come they can never brush their teeth with the shirt on?
I don't know. They're just messy. Ugh.
Ew. That's a pretty flexible skull.
This bug, though, with all the little baby bugs.
Dang, low budget Matthew McConaughey.
He went from Bradley Cooper to Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, what would you do?
That.
But then what would you do? It's like, okay, you guys remember that viral video where the person, like, hits that big old spider with a broom and then lifts it and all the baby spiders, like,
Ew.
disperse? That's what this is. That's what's happening in the movie, podcast listeners.
Like, those are small. How come you can't, like, stomp on them with his feet or something?
I feel like in the situation that, like, if this were to happen, you'd be freaked out, you know what I mean? And there's, like, 50 of these things, like, running towards you. There's bound to be one that's gonna, like, jump on you. Ugh. And then shove itself down your throat. Ugh. Ugh. That's all I have to say. Silence!
I came back and I heard, that's all I have to say, sorry.
Oh, wait, I didn't even notice I thought you just said away from keyboard now, and I was going to start to pretend to be you, but never mind.
I mean, you can pretend to be me if you want. I would genuinely be curious, but...
I'm sorry, it's alright, I don't want to offend you.
So you're doing well already.
Oh, no. Oh.
I will say, though, it might be difficult being me because I know very few people that can match that incredible level of awkwardness.
Oh, I thought you were going to just say that incredible level of, like, knowledge with, like, software and programming, because I every time you and Jared start talking about that, I'm just like, This is when I actually start paying attention to the movie because I'm like,
There's a movie in the background? What is this?
Right? I'm like, what are they talking about? I don't understand. And then I'm just like,
So, about those pointers and bugs.
No.
At least they're getting zapped. Or are they like taking over these people? Or like...
What?
Everybody hates pointers.
Yeah.
But
like, I hate it.
amazing.
No, I hate it when I see people just pointing at me. Like, I hate pointers. I don't like, it just makes me uncomfortable. It makes me feel like I'm in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like, I'm just walking down the street and there's like a group of people just pointing at me. I don't think pointers are amazing. Yeah, plot twist. They're not the ones pointing at me. I'm the pointer. Exactly. Hey, we just wrote an M. Night Shyamalan movie, you guys.
See, we're so good at this already.
Ugh, sorry, blowing my nose. Oh shoot, I should have saved that as Julia's junk. Is he blowing my nose?
I think that is one that I might guess though. Is it dice? No. Enzymatically dissolved dice, perhaps?
Oh my god, an enzymatically goopy body just with dice being thrown at it. Plop, plop, plop.
Oh, that just sounds weird.
Right. Did I tell you guys last week that I broke my camera?
Oh no, yeah. What happened? Story.
I was at the gardens that I like to go to, and I had both of my cameras. So I have like a Nikon DSLR, which I can change like the lenses and whatnot, and then I also have my little one that I use for videos mainly. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the one I take on my trips because I don't want to bring my DSLR with me. But like, so what I did was I have straps on both of them, and one was around my neck, one was around like my shoulder, because if I have both on my neck, they keep banging against each other. So I had one around my neck, one around my shoulder. And so, I'm like taking one and then setting it down, taking another. But I guess I didn't realize that the strap for the little one had come off my shoulder. So when I set it down, it literally was not on anything and it just fell and hit the ground.
Oh no.
Yeah. And like, I was like, oh, fudge cakes. And so I picked it up and it was like completely wrecked. Like, I shook it and you can hear things on the inside like rattling, and it couldn't like close the lens. Mm-hmm. And so like I took it to the place because I was like, oh, I know I have a thing on warranty, and I found my receipts and like the box, and I brought everything. And I went to the electronics store, and they're like, yeah, this warranty is only for like if it just stops working. It doesn't cover if it breaks. And I was like,
they won't be able to replace or do anything with it?
No. And so I was like, okay, well, like, how much will it cost to get it sent in and like repaired? And they're like, oh, it could start anywhere between $200 to $300. And I was like,
at that point, get a new camera.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, because the camera, like with tax and everything at the end, with me also buying like a strap and an SD card, it came out to like $400. So I was like, I'm going to go look at your other cameras because, if there's a chance that I might have to pay a little bit more, but I get a camera that's a better quality one, I'll just buy a new camera.
Right.
That's what happens whenever I buy insurance for my phone. It's like $100 deductible to get the exact same phone, or $150 to upgrade to the new one.
Yeah, so
a little bit.
That's what I'm doing right now. But like the thing is, since I'm in such a rural area, like they don't have the extensive line of all like the Canon, Nikon, Sony, and Lumix stuff. And I'm also like debating because I've only ever bought like Nikon, but I'm like, why not like give a different brand a go?
I recommend Sony.
Yeah. Because also, like, since I mainly, the main thing I use this for is video. What I had on my Nikon, like the little one that I just broke, it had basically, like, you could flip the screen up, so you could, like, video or take, it's basically the idea I think was made for selfies. But it helped so much when I was making my videos of like Korea and Vietnam, because like you could be taking video and then flip the screen, turn it around, and video you and your friends like walking in the background, and you can get like the whole, you're not blindly like, am I in the shot? Like, I don't know. So that was really helpful for like sightseeing shots. And that's why like I don't want to just order one online or something, because I also want to hold it and feel it and be like, is this lightweight enough? Do I like the feel of it because I'm going to be traveling with it? I'm like really picky about that.
Oh, yeah, if you want like the Sony RX series has like the best video for a point and shoot.
Yeah, Sony RX series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like I wanted to try like a Sony or a Lumix because my friends use those, but everyone's like Canon this, Canon that, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean like, you know, there could be something that like might have the same specs as like a more expensive Canon, but it's going to be cheaper if it's Sony or Lumix because like brand name, you know? So I'm totally like open for that. But yeah, so Sony RX series. I'll probably buy, because I get paid on the 20th, so I'm thinking I'll do some research and look at stuff up until then and then make my purchase.
What I've noticed is like Canon and Nikon, they're kind of like resting on their laurels a little bit and just making cameras that have like little small incremental upgrades.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like Sony and stuff, they're trying to get more market share, so they're trying to make the cameras like a lot more feature rich and just better in general.
Yeah. But yeah, Seiichi, that's why like Amazon, like let's say I go to the electronics store and I find the model that I like, then maybe I'll look on Amazon and see if they have it for cheaper and get it from there. But for the most part, I don't want to just buy like some camera that I don't actually get to like hold and see off of Amazon. If that makes sense.
This episode of Buffer Buddies brought to you by not Canon, and not Sony, and not Nikon. Though we would like to be sponsored if you are willing to pay us.
Yeah, if any of you guys are listening, go ahead and send me a camera, and I'll go ahead and promote it and take pictures with it. So, yeah. But if any of you guys want to see the videos I've made in the past for like Vietnam or whatnot, they're not great because, again, I'm no editor, but it's just like they're fun videos if you ever wanted to see what traveling in another country is like, if you never have. I'm more than happy to share that with you.
Seichiyami asks, is returning stuff to Amazon in Japan as easy as it is in the US?
I'm not sure. I've never returned anything in Japan because, one, I don't like to, and two, it's kind of like awkward.
What do you mean, like culturally? Like your product wasn't good enough? Like dishonor on you and your family and your cow sort of thing?
I don't like how there's no tipping because like they feel the employees pay good enough as it is.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things, like I just feel like it would embarrass, like there's a whole bunch of like embarrassment issues in it. Like that's why like you're not direct in Japan, because there's an embarrassment issue.
Oh.
Yeah.
In America, that makes you seem like you're weak, like if you're not direct.
Yeah, no, but it's like completely opposite here. Like you're not direct because like it's not about individuality. It's not about, hey, like I don't give a shit about you. I'm going to go ahead and do and say what I want to do because I'm a strong, independent woman in America. It's the opposite. It's I don't want to make a scene because that's going to embarrass you as well as me because we're a community and we shouldn't, like that's how it is here. But I'm pretty sure, I think ordering like online is like super easy because because Japan is like all about 100% getting things like properly and getting things done properly. So if you receive something and it's not what your expectations were, I'm pretty sure like you can send it back and be like, oh, like there was this issue with them. They'd be like, okay, that's fine. But I've never sent anything, and I don't really like returning things anyway because I don't like to purchase without knowing 100% that I'm going to want and use the item. So I try not to just like buy without. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why you mentioned earlier you like actually having the camera physically, so you can like how it feels in the hand, what its kind of weight is, what it looks like to experience, what it's like, how it's used, all these things. Yeah, that's kind of my same thing with like phones. If I go to buy a new phone, yeah, I could order a new one online or something, but I actually go to like a Verizon store or, a nearby place and actually like try out, does it feel okay in my hand? Like, can I actually make and receive calls reasonably well? Like, does it feel like it's something that I would, is it grippable? Is it, the thumb position is good? The camera's in a nice spot. Like, is it the size of my pocket? All of these things, like really subtle things that you really wouldn't think too much of, but you do have to be really picky of if you're going to be using it, particularly like on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Uh-oh, she moved. She took all that adrenaline.
Yeah, I agree. I hate returning just the hassle of it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, thank you, Seichi. Good comment.
I've got a friend who returns his OtterBox case every 6 months because it has a warranty, like a lifetime warranty. So he does it every 6 months to get a new one.
Obnoxious.
Right?
But like, also, like, I don't know. I'm not that kind of person, and that kind of stuff like bugs me. But like, that is
how do they find time to do this?
Right? And it's like, are you really that like cheap of a person? Like, I don't know. I just don't.
It's like at that point, they don't value their time as much.
Yeah. Uh-oh, man. What's she gonna do? She gonna shoot him up? Shoot him up. So speaking of, like, cameras and, like, making videos and stuff, how do you guys feel about this shaky and, like, I don't know, I feel like this is kind of low quality. Like, I feel like someone just has, like, a camcorder and is, like, recording this. Like, it's you know, found footage, but not.
I guess to be more suspenseful.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. I kind of feel like it's been like someone's college project or something, and they weren't doing well in that film class.
When did this movie become like a scary movie all of a sudden?
Into, like,
right? Like, so it's... Why does it sound staticky? Sorry.
It's like Event Horizon, where it starts off all like scientific and sci-fi and stuff, and then it becomes a horror flick.
I mean, it is good like, timing just after Halloween, but still.
It's like, it really did. See, I had the option of that as the photo, but I thought it was a bit much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Podcast listeners, that's the part where she takes his decapitated head and it has a bug coming out.
It's all bloody, and she's just holding a decapitated head.
And she microwaves it until it goes kersplat. Ugh.
I wonder if Jared would agree with that technique of microwaving it, or would he say microwave it for half the time and then for the rest of the time put it in an oven?
I mean, it's got to be a convection oven, right? So it heats up fully.
Yeah, Sue's beat it, is what Dimple said.
Eating a bug. Oh, yes. Oh, it sounds disgusting.
Nice and crispy on the outside, but still nice and moist, as a Coder Geek would say on the inside.
Ew.
Oh no, Chad Michael Murray!
I'm not living that down.
Okay, and then the badass Alpha Prime has a bug in his mouth. What is he gonna do? Oh man, he got it out.
It's like
It's too late though.
How's it too late?
Wait, but the bug is out of him. How is it too late?
Yeah, but then he's not doing anything.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, good catch. Good catch.
Oh man.
What's going on, Sergeant?
Bugs are inside.
Inside the perimeter?
No, sir.
Oh, I hear echoey. Oh no!
Sergeant, no! No!
Oh, wait. How did she maintain any sense of control, though, if the bugs are in her?
The adrenaline? I don't know. Maybe that's what works. You have adrenaline in you for a little bit. But maybe she just fought it because she's a badass, but then she couldn't no longer.
She's more alpha.
Yeah!
Out alpha it. Oh, yeah.
Ew, the larvae.
That's a giant larva. Ugh.
Maybe you can tell us something.
What are you talking about?
Ooh, why would you touch it? Ugh.
Wait, are they trying to like talk to it or something?
Yeah.
She's
trying
like
to...
a not dedicated psychic one, right?
What?
She's the one that was like the dedicated psychic, but still had
Yeah.
powers. Yeah.
Everything that happened here is supposed to happen. The bugs.
What the heck?
The bugs have a weapon.
Bring this infection to the top of the Federation.
You gotta kill the general.
They're gonna have to kill the general.
So apparently the bugs infected that general and want him to take the infection sort of hidden inside of himself.
I mean, you gotta hand it to the bugs. They've adapted quite well, and they've, you know, created their own little, like, actual, like, bug and spy, like, you know, that's what they're doing. Oh my! They just burned her alive.
It's like Terminator 2, sort of.
How can she scream? How can she speak?
No, sir. Not anymore. Bugs. They're bugs.
Is it
This
just
movie
me?
is called-
Or as she's burning alive, how can she still speak? She was a skeleton.
That was hideous. But also, this movie is called Hero of the Federation. But is that the hero then the guy who ends up killing the general? Minor spoiler alert. If that's going to happen, I don't know, question mark? Or is the general like the villain of the Federation?
Right. I feel like they put every aspect of like horror movie as they could in here. They had like a creepy singing person. They had someone burning alive. They had decapitation.
They had gore out the wazoo, quite literally.
Yeah, this is kind of fun.
This is like sci-fi meets dark humor meets like gore meets just terrible plot.
I don't even know if it's dark humor though, because I'm not finding any of this like funny or satirical. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no like one-liners. There's no comedy at all. So maybe I
think that's what it's missing. I think if it had that in there, it would be like a perfect movie. But like they're being way too serious. Because the first one they knew, they put a little bit of like tongue in cheek, like, this is propaganda and this is what it does, and like these dumb kids are gonna get themselves killed. But this one's like straight up, I don't know. I don't even know any of the characters' names because it's one of those movies that doesn't like do any like character development or like doesn't do anything to where like the audience feels attached to anybody.
I mean, I basically know enough about the characters to know how they sort of forward the plot along in the movie, but nothing as to like who they are.
Yeah.
And why are they close up on his teeth? Yeah, that's just dumb.
Well, they were kind of gross looking, but still.
Yeah. Maybe this is a commentary on bad dental hygiene.
And that's why they're always brushing.
Yeah. See, because they were brushing. But once they stopped brushing their teeth, they got infected.
It all connects back to that toothbrush.
Right? So everybody out there, if you don't want to become a zombie brain bug, brush your teeth. Oh no, not Bradley Cooper / not all right. What's his face? McConaughey? The final stages of gingivitis. Wait, okay, that's the subtitle. Can you write it down?
I love it. That's a good one.
Yeah. The final stages of gingivitis. I love it.
That is perfect. That it exemplifies this episode completely. Thank you, Dimples. Great. Well said.
I'm blue. If I was green, I would die. If I was green, I would die. If I was green, I would die. I'm blue.
I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head now. You know that, right, Julia? Thank you.
Good.
Why did you do this to me?
I hope you all get it stuck in your head. You know.
You can blame Julia.
Right? One of my coworkers always tells me how she has the Indiana Jones theme song stuck in her head, but she's never watched Indiana Jones.
Oh?
Yeah. And I always want to make her watch it, but she's like, no. And I'm like, it's because you always get the theme song stuck in your head, so you think that's like, you've watched it like that, it's fine. I have the theme song. I don't need to watch the movie. And she's like, pretty much.
Oh
no. Look at that swarm of bugs. There's so many bugs. Oh, not Patrick Stewart guy.
Hey, it's minor league, not as handsome Patrick Stewart.
I love this Raven-esque psych moment she's having. They zoom into her eye as she has a psych out.
Oh, and the Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, look.
Uh-oh.
Hey, General!
Oh no, it's badass. It's the Alpha Prime! Oh, epic!
He is
the hero of the Federation. Oh my god.
That's great.
He turned it all around at the end.
Oh my goodness. Guns a-blazing. Oh, he even carries the woman.
Dr. Cox has always been boss, Dimple says. Oh, it's perfect.
I mean, wasn't he in, like, Saving Private Ryan or some-ish? That's where he got his... I'm pretty sure, like, Vin Diesel was in that. Everyone was in that movie.
Where did the video go?
What?
Wait, let me reload. I think mine crashed.
Oh, okay, I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, no,
did I mess it up? Okay.
I'm still seeing it, which is good.
Yeah.
Wait, has he been infected also? Is that why he's leaving himself behind?
No, because he's the real hero. He's self-sacrificing. But there's like 7 of these movies, so I'm pretty sure he survives and is in like 3, 4, and 5 and 6.
Oh, wait, there we go. It's back now.
Okay, cool.
To live is to serve. To die in service, a privilege.
Oh wait, so it glitched out for a couple people?
I guess so.
Looks like it, yeah. Oops. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, not sorry.
I don't know why I'm apologizing, but more empathetically than anything else.
Oh hey, what's this? Was that a sign? Was that...
Nice dissolve.
Oh, look at Dr.
Hashtag
Cox's statue.
More than a soldier, not just a man. A hero of the Federation.
Well, there's the propaganda for you.
Yeah, wasn't Dr. Cox and Band of Brothers?
Was it? Okay, is that what I was thinking? I was thinking
think.
Band of Brothers. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, good catch, man. Wait, he's still alive after all that? No,
I don't know how they created this, like, right? Because he for sure didn't do that while he was alive. I don't think he's alive. I don't know. We have to watch the 3rd one to find out.
I like how that guy has a prosthetic arm that just looks like sci-fi future-y.
I feel like that's supposed to be a nod to the first movie.
Beautiful baby, man.
The guy who was stumping it, remember? He didn't have an arm.
Oh. Is that the same character?
No. Well, Davison. I don't know. I thought that guy died.
That hand is so fake.
Right? It's like obviously a glove. Like it's just awkward gauntlet.
That could also be a title for the episode. The awkward gauntlet.
Awkward gauntlet?
Yeah, well, like a gauntlet can also be like a series of struggles you overcome. And like awkward gauntlet, like we're awkward people. At least I'm an awkward person. So yeah, that's more an episode title of like a chapter of my life, not necessarily Buffer Buddies. So pretend I said nothing. And that's the movie.
Yeah.
I think 30% on Rotten Tomatoes was kind of generous.
Generous indeed. Generous indeed.
Yeah, generous indeed.
Still
better than Ice Cream Man is what Seichi said.
Was there ever a movie where we like had to stop it halfway through because it was so bad?
There's been times when we've wanted to, and I think that was like Jack and Jill. I don't know how many times we like mentioned wanting to just stop it.
Julia, you had also wanted to stop Ice Cream Man just because of things.
Because okay, yeah, because that.
I said only things. I will not get into it any further. But.
Yeah. So ratings, you guys, ratings. Who wants to give rating?
I guess I can do the honors and go first. I don't know. I enjoyed conversing with you guys and hanging out, but the movie itself wasn't particularly very encouraging of doing that. So I think I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10. What's my unit? 4 out of 10. Sorry, Seichiyami. 4 out of 10. Suivid bugs.
Oh gosh, I don't know how to spell it, and you guys know that.
It's
and then I got it. Suivid bugs. Got it. Seichi said it's still better than ice cream, therefore 8 out of 10 better than ice cream. Man.
That's a good comparison unit for sure.
I give it 3 out of 10 alpha males.
Ooh!
Yes.
Alpha males, got it. 8 out of 10 better than ice cream. Man. Yeah, I'm torn because while the movie wasn't like amazing. Ooh, 5 out of 10 pseudo stars. Oh, okay, I was like, pseudo stars, got it. That's a good one.
The almost.
Yeah. I liked all the conversations we had. Because it's a good movie to talk about stuff. But like, it was really hard to relate back to the movie. So the
It was
movie,
just awful.
I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10.
Really, a 5?
Awkwardly licking cigars.
Like, that was the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, to each their own, but like, it didn't seem like it was worthy of anything. Like normally we have movies where it's like we can converse around it because there's like things happening that we can relate stories to or like connect with kind of facets of our own lives.
Like
This
trivia
one
or
was just
something.
like, yeah, exactly. This one it felt like we were just talking about stuff because we wanted to do something other than watch the movie.
3 out of 10 awkwardly licking or sucking, I guess. I wouldn't say, what would you call it? Would you say licking, sucking cigars?
I mean, I would call it
Licking, I
something more explicit, but licking is
Okay, like what? Mouthing. Awkwardly mouthing?
Mouthing's a good one.
But then are people going to be like, was she just like in the background going, cigars? Cigars! Like awkwardly mouthing the word cigars.
Sucking might probably be the best. Well, no, licking's probably the most accurate. Yeah.
Awkwardly salivating all over cigars.
There you go.
Or
That's the right way to
maybe
say it.
like lipping.
Lipping, just
Lipping?
like
Is that a verb?
lipping. I don't know. Oh
We're
man.
making it a verb.
Right?
That's how powerful we are as a podcast.
Gosh.
We can create new verbs.
Yeah. Okay, let me bring it. Okay, we're gonna do Julia's drunk. So let's do Julia's junk. Let's see. We had a lot of people tune in last week for what it was. So let me go over what everyone said it was first.
Cigar slobbering.
Cigar slobbering, that's a good one. So last week, Lucy said that I was throwing Japanese change all over my Perrier bottle, like around 27 yen. Game Dork said a penny in a bottle. Jesse said 2 nickels being tapped against each other. John said opening a Grolsch style bottle. And Jared said dropping my titanium spork into the meatloaf glass. And then Coder Geek said meatloaf being dropped into a Pringles can. So let me make the sound for you guys. Hold on, let me turn off that. Let me get the stuff. All right, so making the sound once again. Ready? Okay.
Dang, it's dice.
So you guys want to know what it was?
Sure.
Okay. It was specifically 8 die being dropped on a spoon.
God,
It was dice, Coder Geek. It was dice.
Wow.
the one time I guess something that isn't. Fate, why must you be so cruel?
Oh, I was so excited when you're like, ooh, meatloaf being dropped. I was like, oh man, because that was when Jared was like, Coder Geek, one of these days it's going to be dice and you're not going to guess it. And you didn't guess it.
How could you hold it back this long?
Oh man, I was like, it was like
Julia, why
almost,
do you do this to me?
It was almost as bad as when Jared won and I couldn't say anything. I was like, ugh.
Well, he had it spot on.
Right? That was
I
so crazy.
Impressed.
Alright,
Genuinely impressed.
So then, oh shoot, let's do, I don't know if I need a timestamp for when we do Julia's junk, but I'll do it anyway. Actually, no. Okay, so I have to, alright, you guys can't see me, but are you ready for this week's Julia's junk?
Sure.
Okay. How was that? Are you guys satisfied with that
two
noise?
things.
Yeah, that was like 2 noises.
It wasn't.
There was like a pause, and then he started again.
There
Well,
was one higher pitch and then one that was not as.
okay, then you get 2 guesses each. Does that work?
Okay, I guess. Would you mind being so kind as to replay
To do it
that?
again? Okay.
Yes.
All right,
please.
ready? All right. What was that? Is it too hard? Should I choose something else?
No, my brain's trying to process what the second one was. I think the first one sounded very, very much like a plastic bag being crinkled and crumbled and stuff, like a potato chip type bag.
Okay.
Not plastic, like the one where it's like pseudo tin Philly, but not really on the inside. The second one was weird. I would guess like paper wrap being crinkled around a bowl, maybe?
Okay, so you say paper wrap being crinkled around a bowl.
Because
Okay.
it did have a little bit of resonance to it, but maybe I'm just remembering it weirdly.
I'm going to say the first one was like flipping a flip book or phone book like really fast, or a deck of cards.
Okay.
That's a good guess too, yeah.
And
So
the second one was like crumbling crackers in a package in soup.
Crumbling crackers or a package of crackers into soup because I'm eating soup. Okay.
Using context clues. Very clever.
Yeah,
Very
what would
clever.
Jared do in a situation like this? He would use the camera that he installed in Magic Mike, and he would see what I was doing. That's why I now have to cover Magic Mike when I'm not using him for Buffer Buddies. I just put a little towel over him and turn him away and face a wall because I'm paranoid now. All right, let's see. Dimples and Seichi, do you guys have any ideas what Julia's junk could be? Silence. Okay, Seichi's typing.
Type.
Seichi's been pretty sassy today too, so let's see. I'm excited. Tap 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 tap.
Podcast listeners, we hope you thoroughly enjoy the sound effects we are creating to
Oh no,
simulate.
we're tapping. Uh-oh, what do I do?
Jared is typing.
And
You can just edit this out.
No, Jared, keep it. Tap 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 tappity tap tap tap, or cut it and put it in the beginning, and that's just the intro. Tappity tap 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 tappity tap tap tap
All this
tap
pressure on
tap tap
Seichi on me.
tap 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 tap.
Well, I got it exactly precisely correct. I would be very.
I wonder how long she'll keep saying tap. Is that your answer? Is that what you?
Talk about perfect sass. Thank you, Seichi.
So sassy today.
That movie was weird. I've never seen Starship Troopers. Was that the sequel?
Yeah, that was the sequel. There's
That's
7 movies now.
Straight to video
Believe it or
sequel,
not.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want
to?
to make a guess, Lucy, of what my junk was?
I didn't hear the noise.
All right, I'll do it one.
In Discord.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'll do it one last time for you guys. Hold on.
Have you revealed the one was?
Yeah. So the reveal was 8 dye being dropped on a spoon.
Oh, I was nowhere
Yeah.
near.
Camera's on? No, it's not. Dude.
I just blew it.
Dude, I turned the camera off on the UpDownLeftDie one.
Well,
Wait.
If any consolation, Julia, I had alt tabbed, so I actually didn't see it.
Okay, so who saw it? Only Seichi? Because then Seichi, what was inside that? Do you know? Because if you don't, then we can still play the game.
Silence.
We have to know.
Deafening silence.
Yeah. Tap a tap tap tappity tap tap. Okay, cool. So how about this? Because that was so the reason why there was 2 sounds because when I was opening and closing the Tupperware, but I made a sound of something that was inside of it. So that's what you guys can still guess now that you know that it was Tupperware. But so that's why I want to say for John, I'll just cut your flipping a flip book, but crumbling a package of crackers into soup. Is that still your guess?
I don't know anymore.
Good.
Too much new information.
Seichi, what do you think it is? Or should I? Yeah, this is already too long. We have to keep going with this specific sound.
I blew it.
Yeah, gosh, it's all your fault. But Lucy, what do you think it is?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, wait. I turned it off, right? You guys can't see it, right?
Still on.
Stop it. Stop it.
I can't guess. Seichi already typed in one of the parts. I can't.
No, but then that doesn't matter.
Not the contents, though.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hey, ready? Okay.
Is it you punching potato chips?
See, that sounded different than every other sound.
No, stop it. You're not supposed to say that until next week. So Lucy said me punching chips.
That's what it sounded like.
Okay. John, did you want to change yours?
I don't know anymore.
So how, just like a package of, crumbling a package of crackers. So there could be a package of crackers in that.
Oh, you're punching seaweed chips. That's what it is.
God, you guys.
Wait, what?
All right, and then.
Oh yeah, context.
Yeah. Why?
Context
Because I'm in an Asian country. Thanks, guys.
No, you had mentioned you were putting that in your soup as well. So.
Seichi says, tap a tap tap tappity tap. Yeah, tap a tap tap tappity tap tap.
Taparoo.
Tap tap tappity tap. How long can Julia's junk take?
Tap tap tap.
Crumbling an empty foil-like chip bag. Ooh.
Yeah, very similar to my guess, which is pretty sensible.
Well, you guys have to share in the spoils if you both get it right.
Agreed.
And then Dimples, did you want to say anything? Other than camera is on.
Tap 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 tap. Tap tap
is
tap
Dimples
tap.
still there?
I think.
Dimples.
Oh, alt tabbing.
Dimples.
Yeah, he's still in silent.
Dimples. Did Dimples pass out?
He said he was tired
3 minutes ago. Because 4 minutes ago, Dimples tapped.
I thought Dimples was a girl.
As did I. That's the pronouns I've been using. But I don't know. I've never met Dimples, and Dimples may be a robot, and maybe Dimples prefers both pronouns. Dimples, if you're listening to... Oh, Dimples is a girl. Third person. Dimples. Okay, Dimples. Okay, so Dimples was getting... it's so cute. Dimples was getting ice cream. All right, Dimples, do you have a say as what the Julia's junk of this week was? I saw a plastic bag being crumpled. No, you did not. You did not see that. And if you did, you should have kept it to yourself. I saw it on, damn it. Wait, Dimples, are you looking through the mic? Are you looking at me right now?
I mean, your camera is on.
No, okay. So
It's an accurate statement.
okay. Well, tune in next week when the jury is drunk sound is revealed. And if you don't tune into listening, you can tune into the Instagram and see a beautiful picture and my edit of what it was.
Spoiler alert, it's probably a plastic bag being crumpled.
In a Tupperware container.
All right. This was Buffer Buddies episode 29. Thank you all for tuning in. And again, thank you, Monk Turner, for letting us use your amazing music. Shout out to Tiffany and Jared for doing awesome things at their Comic-Con in Palm Springs. And we'll hope to see and hear from you soon. And other than that, I'm Juria Guria from Japan.
I'm Peter, aka CoderGeek42 from not Japan.
I'm Lucio from Long Beach, California.
Hey, you're not that far from me. Cool.
Oh.
Me and Seichi hung out the other day.
Nice.
And then we have Dimples and Seichi and John in silent. So, thank you all for joining us today. And, wait, what? Now Japan is very big. Dimples, what?
Peace out.
Oh,
not Japan is very big.
I am from SoCal. Just there you go. It's less big.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Thank you for listening.
See, was that everything? Did I do everything? I guess, whatever. I didn't explain to you guys what our rating system was, nor did I explain to you what Julia's junk was, but I assume you're all avid listeners, and so you understand. So...
I like how Lucio just logged out.
Aw, bye, Lucy. All right, and I am typing in !END and boom.
Now the movie has happened something and all the bugs are gone because they're all dead. I think